Good morning, creator. How are we doing today? Oh my gosh, it's been quite a while since I've been on live with the holidays and everything. So let's get started with some projects. You probably saw a sneak peek of them on my post that I placed last night on Odessa Rose. I'm going to catch myself on here, make sure you can see me without my head being cut off, all that good stuff. So let's check it out. Good, you can see all my messy mess. And let's get started. All right, say hello if you're watching. And I'm going to show you, this is what I photographed last night, are these little doodads? I don't know what to call them. I'm kind of combining the fun of the Pom Pom and the beads and repurposing these that I got after Thanksgiving sale at Hobby Lobby. I probably got them at least 75% off, if not 90% off. I don't remember. They were originally $3.99. The worst thing about them is taking these tags off. So take your time, make sure you take them off, because I do paint the back side, because you never know if they're going to be sitting where you're going to be seeing the back. So I like to make sure the back looks nice too. And they're just, I think they were originally maybe place setting card holders or just photo holders. They're just little tag shaped, and I just painted over. I didn't sand them first or anything. And I'm using my Fusion Mineral Paint in raw silk. Some I did in just the coal black. And then I learned how to make Pom Poms. I think I might have made Pom Poms when I was really little, but I kind of knew the concept of them. But I found a pretty quick and easy way to make them. So, and then I used both December and January's Club Couture transfers on them, which I hadn't even created yet with this one, which is pretty basic. This is a nice kind of like a modern farmhouse feel, perfect in a black and white, or you know, like the tan black and white look. So pretty easy, but I just used the little house. And then on here I used the lace edge of the Valentine and created this on here. So we're going to create another one today, but I'm going to be more focused on home decor, not necessarily Valentine in the reds and pinks. I added a little bow, little messy bow, and then I'm out of beads, so I won't get to do the bead part today until I go get some more beads. I'll finish it, but we'll make the pom pom, and we'll paint this part in silk screen here and make the bow, and we'll get it ready. Okay? So I've got one coat of Fusion Mineral Paint on this, so it's going to take two. So I'm going to quickly put that second coat on, and then we'll make the pom pom, and we can make everything up to and let that paint dry a little bit. So hi Ashley, how are you today? If you're wondering what Club Couture is, that is a program you can join, a club, if you will, for people who want to start creating or don't really know what they want to buy yet with our silk screens. This is a great introductory or long permanent club that you can join. Every month you're going to get it's like a 8x11 transfer, this size, and they're usually something on trend or seasonal. So this one came with these little XO Kiss Me Be Mine hearts also. So you can create with those. You're going to get some paste packets. You'll get 3 of these, and they'll be coordinating colors to work with your transfer that they're giving you. So you're going to get these and a transfer every month for $19.99. And to join, you just go to my website, Odessa Rose, Couture.com/Odessa Rose. You can click on the Club Couture tab on the top, and that'll tell you everything about it. It's a great way to start chalking if you want to do it and you just want to try it and you're not sure what you want to get or what you want to buy yet. And as a designer, if you want to become a designer, you could also go to that same website, click join, and for $99 you're going to get this awesome startup kit. This month to the end of January, you get 2 extra this size of transfers. So $280 value. You're going to get 5 jars of paste, and by a jar, I mean this. This is a jar. You're going to get 5 different colors of paste. You get some surfaces, more transfers, $280 worth of product. And once you become a designer, you'll get to enjoy to purchase our Couture products at 40% off, which is the wholesale value. And you can sell your creations, sell products, build a team, hold make and take classes, or you can just do it for the fun of chalking and do it as a hobby for yourself. There's just some minimum requirements of how much you have to purchase throughout the year or throughout a quarter of the year. Just an awesome way to be creative. When I sold my store and I didn't know what to do with myself, I thought I'd become a crafter, and I bought the Cricut Maker and I dabbled with that, but all the time I was watching Couture, and that was right when it was brand new. It's just about 2.5 years old now with the public, so I was watching it, and then I joined. It'll be 2 years on Valentine's Day is my 2-year anniversary of being a Couture designer. Of course, I have people who have signed up under me who are on my team, but most of us are just creators and crafters, and a few of us hold classes also. We do make and take classes. I have some online customers where they can buy the silk screens and chalk paste or inks and create at their home also. So if it's something you think you want to learn more about, shoot me a message and I'll be glad to tell you more about it. Like I said, I just love creating. I forgot how much I love to create. I know I love to design and decorate, which is probably my number one thing to do, but when I had my store, I didn't have time to be creative. I only got to help my kids with their 4-H projects, and that was about it for being creative in as far of designing and crafting. So now I'm back into it, and I just love it, and like it's fun to add on other elements. Like we're going to do Pom Poms, work with the beads, work with scrapbook paper. You can work with fabrics, anything you can silk screen on, any smooth flat surface you can silk screen on with our silk screens. So let's get started. We're letting this dry a little bit. I think I might be able to put the second coat on that, and then we'll start creating one of these little doodads. Here's the one with my husband and I's wedding picture, but I kind of made a more Valentine theme, but this one we're going to make in more of a home decor. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to make the Pom Pom also. Quick and easy way. So I'm going to apply the second coat. I need to dry off my brush a little bit. It's in water. Like I said, I just got these on clearance at Hobby Lobby back last fall. And sometimes I'll just buy stuff and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet until an idea comes. So there's a little bit of hoarding going on with different surfaces I've bought on clearance, and with the intention of repurposing them to add something new. So I'm just giving this a second coat, and then we'll start creating our Pom Pom while this dries. I'm trying to figure out what to do for my next class. You've probably seen where I posted all that fabric I bought. I did get that cut into strips yesterday, and to making some rag banners for Valentine's Day. And I ordered some more little tags, chips and tags to chalk on so we could hang with the banners. So I'm waiting on those to come before I continue on creating my rag banners. Alright, so that was Fusion Mineral Paint. You can use any paint. You can use craft acrylic paint. Any paint will do. I like the Fusion Mineral. It covers well. It has a coating built into it. So the transfer, if you get a little chalk on it, it'll wash off easily because it has that coating built into it, that protective coating. So I'm trying to get my lid on correctly. It doesn't want to go. All right, I'll set that over there. I might set it down. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. And I want to, actually on these, I don't know if you noticed, but the heart is brown. And that's because, and you see a little brown trim around, I chalked that little house on brown paper. And today we're going to chalk it on this scrapbook paper, which has a beehive and bee theme. So I'm going to try to get the bee right in the middle of the heart, or the little hive, whichever works out good. So I'm just going to use a little piece of this paper, and we're going to chalk that house on the paper and then cut it out. That gives us a little bit more dimension to the house, a little bit more coloring on our project. Hi Karen. Hi, thank you. Michelle and Brenda and Ashley. Hi, welcome. There's 13 of you watching, so say hello so I know who's watching. If you have any questions, get them on there. I'll check once in a while. So let's chalk on this paper first. Now, we never know how sticky our transfer is going to be, so I always wax my paper a little bit first, so the paper doesn't stick to the back and gets ruined. So apply a little finishing paste wax. I have stained or clear. It doesn't matter which one you do. Probably for this, I only need the clear. I don't need the paper to be any darker, so I'm just going to use the clear wax. And I'm just going to do a section of it because I'm going to cut it out and then put the house on it. I just keep my cotton, it's an old t-shirt fabric, in my jar to keep it soft, because if you keep it out, then it's going to dry out and get stiff, which is what this wax paste does. After it dries and cures, it becomes hard and it protects your surface. Like, so most everything on my projects I seal with wax paste, whether it's the stained or the clear, and that just hardens everything and protects that paste from possibly getting nicked or chipped off. And I think it kind of brings out the color a little bit. The wax does. It kind of intenses the color. Okay, so I'm just going to close that back up, and let's just cut out a section of this, and hopefully we'll have a bee or a beehive get in the middle of the heart. I don't think it's going to take too much paper. Usually I cut my paper on a paper cutter, but since we just need a little square, I'm just going to cut with scissors. And we can set this back. Just set that over there. Get rid of this. Alright. Hi Sylvia, hi Vicky. I won't be at leadership, Vicky. I could go to leadership, but I don't know if you've heard. Last fall I had kind of a health scare, and which ended up being not a problem at all. I had they thought I had a mass on my lung, and it ended up, I have a very rare hernia in my diaphragm that my liver is going into, and that's what showed up on my chest x-ray, because I cough a lot sometimes, and long story short, I didn't know if I was going to be recovering from surgery or what was going to be happening, so I decided not to go. But it ended up, I'm okay. I don't have to have surgery. They're just going to let it. I'm trying to see if the bee is going to show up or if I should go for the hive. I don't think you really know what the hive is on here, so I'm going to try to get the bee right under the heart. So anyway, I am not going to leadership, but I will be at convention. God willing, I will be at convention. You know, I didn't think ahead, but this is the yarn we're going to use for this. And it has some gray blues and grays and of course cream. This is the Pom Pom yarn I'm going to use, okay? So I kind of wanted to bring out that dusty blue gray, and we probably may have to mix some coloring to get it to what I want. This would be perfect, Nantucket blue, but I don't know if it's dried out yet. I totally understand. I'm sorry I won't meet you though. Oh, thanks, Vicki. I will be at convention. So I'm kind of bummed I didn't get going there, but oh well. Good morning from Idaho. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Cheryl. I'm also in Idaho. Oh, good. 2 Idahoans. Idahoans? I don't know, how do you say it? When we're from Iowa, we say Iowans. Great. Sylvia. Okay, this looks good. I might go with this Nantucket blue. This is probably an old color. That's no longer. Who knows what new colors are going to come on. I'm so excited. They're talking about leadership, and that's a little conference for those that are at a certain level in our company and up, mentors and up, and they're going to be introducing the new products for the spring release, which is being released the first Monday in February. I forget what date is it, the 3rd or 4th, and they're going to be introducing those at this leadership conference that I'm not going to, but I wish I was. But anyway, I'll hear all about it, and I'm excited. They're talking like they're going to have quite a few new products, so maybe some different surfaces, or I think they're going to have more surfaces like tags, door tags, things like that is what I anticipate seeing. Yeah, I was going to mix a little gray with this, but I think we'll just go with the Nantucket just to save some time. So I stuck that little piece of paper underneath. I'm still got my backing on here, and I just stuck it right underneath there. So we're just going to chalk this little house, and then we'll take it out and let it dry, and then I will trim around it, and we'll have our little house. So only thing, you're not really going to see the pattern of the paper, only inside the heart. So you're not going to see a whole lot. Like I said, it's just kind of for another dimension of coloring on our little surface here. I added a little bit of water to this. It's just a little thick. Using our stir sticks and mixing that water in. Hi, Darcy, Sylvia. I hope there's a tour. Yeah, we did go to the Couture tours. Too many tours. Yeah, we went to that Kansas City one. One of my designers and I went down there. So yeah, I haven't heard anything about them because I think that was in March. Aren't they like in March and April? Maybe they'll be announcing those at leadership also. Yep. And they may be in different cities, so I don't know. Hopefully it'll be not too far away and I can get to that. Okay, so I'm taking my little Nantucket blue and just going over this. And that's all we need. Cute. You can see, boy, the roof of my house just made it on there. You can see the little bee inside. So I'm gonna lay that aside to dry. And I'm gonna clean this right here on the paper. So I'm just gonna squirt a little water on it and grab a Clorox bag and just clean it that way. I think they announced it. I think they will too. I kind of forgot about them. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, let's just clean this up. Pretty easy. Flip it over because I know there's a little bit of coloring here on this. And then I'll just take a paper towel and wipe it dry. We're good to go. Hi, Karen. So if you're just joining, I'm creating another one of these, but not in a Valentine theme, in a just home decor. And I'm out of beads. I won't be stringing the beads, but we are going to make a pom-pom. And this is what started out with. I repurposing these. I bought on clearance at Hobby Lobby last fall, a little photo holder replacement piece. I took out the stickers. I paint both sides because you never know where it's going to sit and if you're going to see the back, and we wouldn't want that ugly sticker back there. So they were originally $3.99 and I bought them on clearance. Painting them and using December's Club Couture. So Club Couture transfers are only available to designers. Get them every month, and so do the Club Couture members. So you wouldn't be able to buy this. You have to be a club member to get the club member transfers, which is pretty much what I'm promoting today, is our Club Couture. And it's always a surprise as to what transfer we're going to get. They announce it at the first of the month, and then you'll receive it in a few days after that. So it's always fun to see what the new club transfer is going to be. And I always put them back in my envelopes for storage. Okay, so that's the little house. We did it on scrapbook paper. This is a little bee hive. Oh, I'm gonna hold it up there so you can see it. Let me see if you can see. It takes a while to delay. See the little bees? Okay, so we are going to cut that out. And I'm probably going to put wax over this chalk, okay? And that just kind of seals it in. I wished I had it just a smidgen lower. I'm going to trim it out, and I barely got the peak of the house on there. I didn't realize that. So once that's dry, I'll put a little wax on it. So let's see how this is doing. I can still kind of see the words on there, but I think it's going to be okay once we get all the stuff on it. Okay, we're going to let that dry a little bit more. In the meantime, we can make our pom-pom. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, not a lot, maybe 3, on how to make pom-poms, and I'll just show you kind of an easy way. There were several different ways you can do them. I did try the toilet paper, the 2 toilet paper ones. You can just wrap around that, and that way you can get your string in there. But if you start wrapping too tight, it starts to squish and whatnot. So I end up just using my hand. I find it better if I take my ring off so I don't catch my string on the... What is up with yarn? I mean, Here, that's what I want, the center pole. And then you get this little dilly. I don't know why that's like that. But I want it to come out the middle. And I couldn't find the end, so I found this on all my yarns I did yesterday. I ended up having to take this off and let it just go on the floor because it just goes all over. So you actually want a string about this size, and I'm going to use my fingers, my hand, and you place the string in the middle of the 4 fingers, okay? And if you have a sleeve on, just tuck it in there. That way it's out of the way. Okay, so you have the string in there. Now I'm pretty much made this up. I saw where they wrapped around, but I like putting the string in first. And that way. And you could do 2 colors at the same time. Like there I did the pink and white one. Pink and white together. So if you want to do 2 strands at the same time, you can do that. I don't know what I would have to go with that. I really don't have another yarn that really goes with this, so we're just going to do the 1 string. And so just kind of keep it long down there so you can kind of hold it. And then you just start wrapping. And with 2 strings, I did about 30 times. So this is 1 string, so I need to do about 60 or until it gets really full. I'm not even going to count today. I'm just going to wrap a bunch. So I'm just wrapping it, and remember I got that string in here? That's to tie it when we're done. Of course, the more yarn you have, the bulkier and fuller it's going to be, and the shorter you trim it, the tighter it'll be. The toilet paper one was almost too big. I was just trimming off a bunch. I didn't want the pom pom to be that big, so it kind of depends on how big you want your pom pom. Okay, so we're wrapping and wrapping, and that's probably good enough. So you can cut this off, and then you take your string that was in your fingers, and you're going to pull it up to the middle like this. So it's around the back side, right? It's around the back side this way. And here it is right here. So you just pull your finger off your fingers, the whole thing. Just lay it down. And I just try to make sure that the string is in the middle, so it's even on both sides. And here's one thing I watched one gal. You're going to tie this, but loop it 1 and then go around again. Okay, that helps it stay tight and you don't have to put your finger on it. So you're just going to squeeze it in. You can see how it holds it tight. As tight as you can, and then you're going to make a knot. Okay, so now you got your tails right here. Hold on to those. This didn't get in there, so they'll be cut off. So now we gotta cut our loops. So I'm gonna use these scissors. So you just get in there and start cutting them. Okay. And you'll see where you might have missed them. Just kind of go through and cut them open. And then do the other side. Of course, the funner the yarn, look at all the tones that are in this. The more fun the yarn, the more fun your pom pom, obviously. Okay, so you have this funky, wild pom pom, which maybe that's the look you want. Maybe you want this misshaped, crazy pom pom. Let's cut that one off. Okay, but if you want to make it more round, and you got your center here, okay? And then so you kind of want to flatten it on the top. Now what they did was they cut out 2 cardboard discs and made with a hole in it. I just used my ribbon. I I just use those. You're gonna stick your strings in the hole. Okay. And go down. Just put that string in the middle. I'm just gonna kind of wad it up and hold it. Okay, so you have your circle underneath. And then flatten this out and put one on top. And you're making a Pom Pom sandwich. Make sure it's kind of even. And now we're gonna trim. We're gonna trim this even around our Pom Pom sandwich, okay? So you could trim it right up to the cardboard, or I just kind of eyeball it and make it the same. I'm gonna close this up before I get yarn fuzz in my paste. So just trim, give it a haircut. Like I said, if you want it smaller, then trim right down to the cardboard. But I like mine kind of big, so I'm gonna just come out here and cut it. I usually do this over the wastebasket, but I'd have to turn around and you wouldn't be able to see it. So we're just gonna do it right here. Okay. So that's pretty even all the way around. And you think it's going to be the perfect pom-pom, but then when you pull it out, it actually is more of a cone shape, kind of is longer on the top. It's not perfectly round. So you have to do it from the side and trim it again. So now, kind of lay it on its side. Here's the bottom. Lay it on its side and flatten it again. And just kind of bring the strings up to the top so you can put them through the cardboard again, okay? Same thing. I'm just going to make another sandwich. Oh, string's coming up. Okay. Kind of flatten it out again. Put that one on top, and you can see where it's kind of longer. So we're going to trim again. Just turn it, and you can see where those long pieces are coming out. You got it round again. Okay, that's it. Now you have a nice round pom-pom. And if you see any that are kind of you missed, just trim them up. Shake it, and just if you need to trim, you can trim now. But pretty much round pom-pom. Isn't that cute? Yay! So what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to make another one of the photo holders that I made yesterday. Yesterday I made them in Valentine theme. And today we're going to make it more home decor. So I was showing you how to make a pom-pom. And like I said, I just YouTubed how to do them and took bits and pieces from different people and decided to use these instead of cutting cardboard circles. I'm just using those. And I had 2 more of these left. Started out like this, okay? And I bought these on clearance after Thanksgiving, obviously, and took all the stickers off and painted it. This one I only had to paint the front and the back. I didn't paint the sides, but painted it. But this one I painted in the off-white, and I chalked on brown paper the little house from our December Club Couture, and we are using, let me get all this yarn fuzz out of the way, and we're going to use February's Club Couture transfer also on it, just using the lace. So this is pretty dry now. Although I could still see Thanksgiving. So I might just do it on the back side and I'll paint that again. So let's get out our January transfer of the month. And like I say, you can only get these transfers if you are part of the club. So, you know, be the cool kid and join the club. To join, you go to my website, chalkcouture.com, chalkcouture.com/Odessa Rose, and click on the Club Couture tab, and you will learn all about it. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the lace on the top and on the bottom. Okay, and then we'll cut this out, put that on there also. And I'm out of beads, but we'll make a little bow, and you'll see the pom-pom, and we'll get the idea of what it's going to look like. I got beads coming. So I did this arch of the top with this arch of the heart, and just kind of tried to center it on there. You can kind of see my stains from the red where I did it, but just try to make it even on both sides. Fold it down so you can see where the edges are. Okay. And the back of our transfers are sticky, so they hold themselves in place. And then this is the silk screen fabric, so the chalk paste goes through the silk screen and prints onto our surface. And we're using the Nantucket Blue, which is, I believe, a discontinued color. I'm not 100% sure, but probably. And I'm just going to paste right over the lace. Just like so. That up. Ooh, some of it bled out. I'll have to get that. And then I'm using the side as the bottom here. I'm going to blow dry that first, just so I don't mess it up anymore. Dries our chalk paste really quick, because we wouldn't want this to smear up the paste that's already up there. And then I think this kind of just looks like a little fence in a way for the house, but it's actually the lace. And again, that's all we need. I have a pan of water, so I'm gonna lay my transfer in the water, and I will wash it later. I could just wash it just like I did the house, but you already saw that. So a little bit of, I don't know how that even got there, that bled through right there, a little bump. So I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll try to take it off with my fingernail, and or I can always, we'll see what it looks like. And you can always bring in some of the paint and fix it too. So I'm just going to leave it for now. And I think we're done with this Nantucket. And our new catalog that's coming out in February, they'll have some new paste colors, so that will be fun to see. All right, let's blow dry this again. If I can get my ring back on. I can't. I'll do it later. Set that aside. Okay, let's blow dry this. We'll cut out our house. put some wax paste over it. Again, seal in the paste. Okay. Good morning, probably Jill. I caught you live while strolling through. Let me see what you're saying. It won't open up. I'm gonna guess you're strolling through a craft store or something. Now I'm just gonna cut out my little house. Hi, Marty. Get this cut out. So there's my little house with the little bee inside the heart. And we're going to have to Mod Podge that onto here. Mod Podge. And I'm going to get a clean brush. This one. But first we need to try to fix this blue. That made a big blob. That's the advantage of working on our Couture chalkboards or boutique boards, is that everything washes off easily. On a painted surface, not so much. Where's my white paint? So I'm gonna grab a little bit of paint and just paint over that blob. Super fine brush. I'm just going to wet the tip a little bit with some spit. So if you see what I'm talking about, there's a little blue blob of blue that got up there. Yeah, I'm going to paint over that little blue blob because it's bugging me. Okay, put that in my water with my, there it is. Okay, I'll hit that with the dryer again. Take a toothpick. HHM. What is HHM? Take a toothpick or something with HHM. I think sharp and... Oh, I tried scraping it off. It stained my paint. Still is blue underneath. Underneath 2 coats of paint, it's still blue. I'm gonna have to wait till it's really dry, and then I also have a white chalk pen I can use. We'll see. Not too worried about it right now. So I'm going to add some Mod Podge to the back of my house, and a little bit here on this surface. I would just Mod Podge over all of it, but I still got to deal with my little stain spot up here, so I'm just gonna put a little bit right where the house is gonna go. Press it down and then put Mod Podge over the top. And let that dry. Okay. Now it is time to make our bow. Like I said, I ran out of beads, so we don't have the beads, but we'll make a little bow to put across the top, and then you want to tie on your beads first, and put your bow over that string that's knotted. And then I tied the end of my beads to these. So I tied the string from the beads to this string and up tight, right up against the pom-pom. Okay. Like I said, I'm out of beads. So we'll just make the bow. I've selected some ribbon here. And I'll probably need a little bit of this. Okay. This is a little messy bow. Not going to be very big. Hi, Blair. Blair, my daughter, is watching. Okay, so just cut some strips and just kind of X them as we go. I'm going to sit down. It's curly. Okay, and then we got another polka dot. Gray. And then I like to use some of my twine. So I'm just putting everything in X's. Cleaning those, Okay. And then you want to take a piece of string. It could be ribbon, but this is better because you're going to be tying it on around that picture holder. So you go across the center of the X, flip it over, and then you're going to tie this in a knot, cinch up your ribbon tight so it kind of puckers. And at this point you want to, if you need to, arrange, if the ribbon has shifted, you want to arrange it at that time. Okay, so you got nice and tight and knot. Okay, so it's going to go on there. And we're going to trim up our ribbon. Some I do straight, some I do angle. Larger ones I'll dovetail. There's no rhyme or reason. Okay, then those little pieces of twine that are in there, make sure they're up at the top. And kind of got shifted down to the side. See if I can bring it over. Okay, then I fold them and just cut them even. Like so. And then I untwist the twine and fray it out. This is just something I like to do because it gives it more character to the bow. So this is a 3 twine, so there's 3 strands, and I'm just untwisting them and separating them. Making a little bit more fringy, I guess would be a good word. So, not much going on with this bow. It's pretty. This one seems to want to fray. It's kind of weird. So yeah, and that's going to go on there. Once we get this dry, that Mod Podge has to dry. I need to fix that little deal with some more paint. So after we tie our beads on, we would tie this on, and then this would be on our thing of beads, but I'm out of beads, but you get the picture. Stick that on there, and you just put it in a photo. Or you could make a little saying also if you wanted to do another piece of paper and just put a little message on it if you wanted to. Do it like that. And you'd have another photo holder. So that's our project today. We could also, how much are you selling this for? I don't know yet. They're kind of time consuming. So yeah, I gotta decide because I'm taking them to the store tomorrow. Because I work tomorrow, so I need to figure that out. I don't know yet. But they do take some time to make. Anywho, that's the project for the day. Now I need to, what do I want to do? Oh, I found this really, as I was looking for paper to use on this, I found this cool paper, which I think would be neat for Valentine. And I bought at Dollar Tree this wooden heart and these. So I'm thinking something with this paper, this heart, some paint, obviously a transfer or two, and come up with something. I gotta work on that, and I'm not gonna bore you with my thinking process. So, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you commenting. Hit that arrow button if you know somebody who likes to create also. And I will chalk with you later. Bye.